In this video, I'll work out the second problem, or the second print statement in the main method for worksheet 2 in Unit 4. Um, I am going to use a recursive setup here and call a method repeatedly. So the method is called yam, and I'm going to pass the parameters 12 and 5. So you have to remember that A is 12 and B is 5, and we're going to enter our method and try to calculate some things. It says that if A is 4, it's not, it's 12. Just skip this. If A is less than 4, it's not, it's 12. So we're going to end up here at the else statement. So what it says is we need to subtract 4 from A. So sometimes it's nice to have a little table going, a little A-B table, and keep track of what is going on here. I started with A was 12 and B was 5, and now I'm going to subtract 4. So A is going to be 8. I've not changed B, so B is still 5, and that's where I'm sitting at right now. I'm going to return A minus yam AB. So it's going to be 8 minus yam 8, 5. I'll write that down here as my output. I will have 8, 8 minus yam, call the yam method again, and the parameters now are going to be 8 and 5, 8, 5. Okay, now we need to calculate the yam 8, 5, because what we've done is we've called the method again. And here we go. We are going to call yam 8, 5, go back up into the yam method, and 8, A is now 8, and B is now 5, stays 5 there. We're passing 8, 5, because this is where we're at in the chart right now. We are right here at 8, 5. So A is not 4, it is 8, so we'll continue. A is not less than 4, it's 8, so we're down with the else statement again. We subtract 4, so A now becomes 8 minus 4 is 4, and the B stays 5. And so yam 8, 5 now returns 4 minus yam 4, 5. So it returns 4 minus yam 4, 5. Now yam 4, 5 needs to be called. We call yam and we pass it the parameters 4, 5. And this time when yam 4, 5 is called, we have to come back here and know that A is now 4 and int B is still 5. So we've got A is 4, B is 5. Hey, A is 4 this time. Since A is 4, we're actually here on this return statement, and it's going to return another call to yam, and it's going to return B mod A, so it's going to be 5 mod 4. Well, 5 mod 4, down here I'll just kind of remind you, 5 mod 4 is equal to 1. You could look at a past lesson if you need to review modular arithmetic. But 5 mod 4 is 1. So we're going to call the yam method with the parameters 1. B stays the same again, so it is 1, 5. And now we need to calculate another call to yam. And so we need to calculate yam 1, 5. We come up here and it's getting kind of messy, but now A is 1, B is still 5, and we drop down here. A is not 4, it's 1, but this time A is less than 4 because 1 is less than 4. So it's going to return this line of code here. It's going to cast it as an integer because remember math.pow will return decimals, and so it is going to return 5b, 5 to the first power, which is 5.0, but it's going to be cast as an int. Okay, so it's going to be 5. So the answer here is a 5. And now I'm going to go through and I'm going to, as we've discussed before, I'm going to work from the bottom up. The final answer is 5. That 5 gets dumped in place here for this yam 1, 5. So this answer here just becomes 5, and that 5 then gets thrown up here because it evaluates to this. This right here is equal to that 5, and then we get 4 minus 5 is negative 1, and so this yam 8, 5 evaluates to negative 1, And we end up with 8 minus a negative 1, which is really 8 plus 1, and that's 9. So our final answer is 9. However, beware, the return value on this method is a double. Remember, we have declared that we are going to return a double. So the return value on this call, on this method call, is actually going to be 9.0. That's going to be our final output.